I am Chuck the Movie Guy with a generic layman's review of the movie Twilight on Blu Ray. Now, I got hold of an early release of the movie, and we're going to take a look at some of the features, starting with the menu. It's kind of fun and simple, and it starts off with Edward and Bella. Now it's followed by the Cullen family, and then the Bad Vamps in a 45-second loop. You can jump around the Blu-ray in simple breakout menus. The video quality is 1080p in high definition and 16:9 by 2 by 40 by 1. And I watched it on my big Sony XBR, and the colors reminded me of the theatrical print. And there's not a lot of bright colors in this film. Remember, most of it takes place on cloudy days, and you really notice it when you get to the rare sunny scenes in the film. It also looked great on my 42-inch 1080p Westinghouse TV, and even on my 24-inch HD Insignia. The images were crisp. Now, the audio is presented in DTS HD Master Audio Stereo 2.0. What does that mean? I have no idea, but it sounded great on my surround system, and it even over the stereo speakers of my television. The music really pumps, and the surround channels add that third dimension. Not a lot of movie theaters have great sound, and especially during the baseball game, you really notice how crisp this audio sounds on this Blu-ray. Now, I'm no audio guru, but it sounded great, and it gets high marks from what I heard. Now, the Blu-ray has a lot of extras, including The Adventure Begins, the journey from page to screen. Now, you can watch this great 7-part segment individually, or if your player has one of those picture-in-picture functions, this is where it just pops up during the film. A really good feature, a must-have for all Twilight fans. And also, my favorite part of the DVD.
This is a cool shot.
Yeah, we worked hard on this shot. So I'm Robert Pattinson.
Hi, I'm Catherine Hardwicke.
I'm Kristen Stewart.
Now, I listened to the entire audio commentary. It features Robert, Kristen, and the director, Catherine Hardwicke, and I have to tell you, I enjoyed it. It's kind of fun and campy. They let you know that right in the beginning when they're goofing around, introducing themselves as other people. We find out that Kristen is pretty much embarrassed just to be there. Some of the cool things I heard, the original deer in the startup of the movie, you remember, that Edward catches? The original deer that they had trained died, and they had to replace it. Robert confesses that his eyebrows were plucked throughout the entire film. He loves to make fun of himself. We also learned that Robert ran out of the theater while he was watching the movie. He was watching it with his mother. He just couldn't stand to see all those close-ups of himself. In the scene where Bella goes over to the Cullen house for the first time and they're making her dinner, did you notice that Rosalie was wearing gloves? Well, as it turns out, Nikki Reed, when she was doing the first take, cut herself on the movie glass, and she didn't tell anybody, and her hands were dripping blood. So Catherine Hardwicke, the director, had her wear gloves for the remainder of the takes. I love the behind the scenes, how they do it. We find out that during the baseball scene, they used clear plastic balls, and the baseballs were CGI'd in later. Had a great time listening to the audio commentary. One of the extras is the Comic-Con footage. It's not in HD, but you get to see how nuts the fans of Twilight really are. Just pandemonium. Now, there are 5 deleted scenes on the Blu-ray, each of them introduced by Catherine Hardwicke. They're mostly Edward and Bella. In some of the extended scenes, we get to see more of the Bad Vamps. Now, to recap, I really recommend the Blu-ray. With really sharp video, crisp audio, and enough extras to make it worth buying and not renting, and the movie even held up on a second viewing for me, even after I read the book. I say it's a keeper. In the meantime, feel free to revisit my interviews with the cast of Twilight. I'm Chuck the Movie Guy for themovieguy.com.